Hi. Oh, yeah. Can you bring it? Yes, thank you. Hello everybody. I'm Michael. I'm an Ole Hadash from France. I arrived recently, and I still have these couple of boxes that stay with me. Actually, since 2 years, I have to cope with them. I don't know where to put. So I thought maybe I could use some of the space here in order to accommodate. Yes, we'll speak about storage today. And stockage is the French for storage, so that's the topic of the day. Let me start by the story of a friend of mine. He is called Barnabé. And Barnabé, like me, has a big issue with storage. He moved in a big city, and he's moving in a tiny apartment. And he doesn't have enough space for all the things he liked, like a sofa that he shared with his first girlfriend, for example. He doesn't want to throw them, so he has to store them. Let's see what are his options. First one, I'm sure the Israeli boys that are here will think about that, the mom. But mom is living 200 kilometers away. There is no space for him there. So let's consider next option. And that's the standard one, it's called self-storage. It's working a lot in Europe, in the US, you just rent a space in a big warehouse. It works well, it has only two big issues. First one, it's very expensive, $1,500 up to $4,000, and this is only for 6 months. Second issue, it's quite far from home. Every time you will have to take or bring a couple of boxes, you will have to drive 30 kilometers. So that's not a great solution, but there is some good news for him. And the good news is called George. George is living 100 meters away. And it happens that George doesn't use his garage, have some space in his attic, and also in a small dining room. And George didn't know that he could make money out of it. Our goal is to put together George and Barnabé, and let's see how. So that's our beloved website. I'll let you have a look at it. Like in a classical website, Barnabé will enter his location, for example, Paris, and see many options. He will pick the options according to, for example, the level of safety, 5 stars, good rating. Let's show to George. This is the listing, and now we will calculate his volume through his inventory, and this will determine both the volume and also the price. That being done, he will ask to George. Now, that's the moment of suspense. What will happen? Mazal tov, George accepts, we can go to the next stage. And the next stage is to book, enter the credit detail, and that's it. So now, George and Barnabé are happy. What's good is that there are lots of George and Barnabés in this world because Costockage is at the crossroad of two big trends. First one is self-storage. In Europe, it's quite a big market. You know about real estate prices in Europe, very expensive, it's going higher, and then the growth of the market is now 15% a year. Yes, in Europe, 15% a year. And we are speaking about a $4 billion market. Second big trend, you know it, sharing economy. And Western Europe is the place to be. There are every day more people that are renting their home, renting their cars, and as an example, only in Paris, you'll have 30,000 listings on Airbnb, meaning 30,000 people that let other people entering their home. And we are in the middle with two secret ingredients. First one, we are 60% cheaper than self-storage. Second one, we got an exclusive insurance deal that got us a great advantage in terms of free insurance. And it works. As of now, we are at the stage where the concept is proved. First, on supply side, we have 18,000 square meters, which means 600 listings. It's the equivalent of 6 warehouses of self-storage, 6 warehouses that won't have to be built. And good news is that these places are also more and more filled. We got already 300 bookings, and these bookings are quite significant. We are speaking about $400 each. we take a commission on the way, and it's growing at a 20% rate. So that's where we are. Where do we go? Very simple. We want to complete French Revolution and to be in liquidity not only in Fortown but everywhere, and then go to the next step, which is conquer Europe. You know, Napoleon loves that, and we also. That's our goal. Who is behind the idea in the scene? That's the team. I'm here, co-founder, based in Tel Aviv, in charge of product. Ben, our CTO, is based here too. And Adam, the co-founder, is based in France and doing marketing. We have, like the speaker of this morning, more of business background, plus Ben, which is the technical caution. This is for us, and we think, all of us in all the team, that space is a very precious commodity, and that we contribute to a better use of it. We are Costockage, and for us, space is precious, so let's share it. Thank you.
So, the biggest issue is go-to-market, how you're going to have users out there, how much the cost per user, and what's the outcome from this user. So how you're going to do it, because you need a lot of marketing dollars to conquer the world, as you're saying.
Definitely. So first step is to get the supply. And this is very important, and that's how we did it in the 4 cities that we already got. There are 3 main levels, 3 main channels. One would be PR, very powerful, because it's for people that didn't know that they could make money out of this space. Second channel would be partnerships with the yacht time of this world, which is like leveraging existing base. And the third one will be social network, actually. So that's how we get the thing. And then these are not so expensive to start with. Then when you go on the other side, on the supply side, the good thing is that storage is something you look for. You just press storage on Google, and that's where we get most of the traffic.
By the way, you need, if you'll have the delivery as well, that will be a big, important piece of the solution.
That's one of the things we think of, but we want to focus first on getting as big as we can on storage.
So, what worries me, and I'm wondering if you gave it some thought, that it's very, very difficult to build a consumer brand when the service is needed very rarely. And you're right that if someone is looking for storage and you're going to do a good job on search, they may find you, but they may find many other solutions. In order to create a top of mind, you need to create a brand that people know and aware of. And on the other hand, your users, your consumers are using storage once every many years.
Yeah, no, that's true. So to that, I will tell you when we thought about this name, this weird French name, Costockage, it's basically a word that we invented, which could be translated to co-storing, which is basically the activity. So we decided to do that, and now every time a competitor, there are 2 competitors that appear on this segment, they say they are doing Costockage. So that's one of the things. We basically built our name on the concept. We created a concept. So that would be one. The second thing that we do is that we work a lot on our community. And this helps us on referral side. It's very much a service of word of mouth.
What about the issue of insurance? You know, you put your luggage or your belonging to someone you met over the net, and you come to take it, and it's not there. So how you do?
So that's one of the key issues, definitely. So first one, we decided from the beginning that all the spaces and all the needs were not the same. And we defined 2 modes of location, of rental. First one would be classical rental. You rent a full space. You rent a garage as you would rent a home. This is very easy, and this is also the best suited for people that are new to collaborative consumption. Second word is more of sharing. You just share some space that you have, and you keep the responsibility over it. And in this case, what we do is we work with some of the collaborative consumption tools, Facebook referencing and linking to social networks, reviews. There are even now great application to import the reviews that you got on eBay or Airbnb inside the website. And we do an inventory, which is very important. Basically, people have to fill their inventory, and this is based to the contract.
So just continuing that, besides the fact who is really responsible if there is a break to the storage, but it seems like there is a psychological barrier compared to alternative, psychological barrier really to bring it to someone, you know, another person, you know, and I think this could actually diminish the size of this market.
This is a great question, but if I may say, in Europe, I will not have it, because now in Europe, if you go, you'll realize that basically, I think 30% of inhabitants of Europe have recently used in the last months one of the collaborative consumption business. So it can services, so it can be, of course, carpooling, which is very powerful. It can be Airbnb, and it can also be something like just eBay, which is at the end of the day still something that you do peer-to-peer. And the thing is that now, as I told you, 30,000 people have a listing on Airbnb in Paris only. And this is definitely, as of now, one space where we feel that the needle is moving. Like now, we feel that our customers, the people that are looking for space, they don't have this issue anymore. And if they have it, they go to the I rent the full garage mode, which is easier for them to manage.